making a Filipino breakfast, just something I usually do on the weekend. We're gonna start off with some garlic fried rice. You're gonna be using some day-old rice, which is on the top left. And on the bottom right, I'll be using just a smashed whole clove of garlic. As you notice, I left the skin on because it helps prevent it from burning, and also it gives more essence of that garlic essence to the dish. We have also some dried fish and dried squid on the left. Those are still the ones from the Philippines. I just kind of rinsed off the squid because of all that salt that they had. And the remaining ingredients, I'm going to be making some corned beef, canned corned beef. The ones I have on the top are the one that says Pure Foods are the ones from the Philippines. It's the only one I have left. I mean, we brought back about 20 of them, but that's the only one left. So I'm gonna be using other ones also. Martin is also a Philippine brand, but the thing is, I think those are manufactured here, so it's not as tasty as the ones from the Philippines. The ones in the Philippines are more moist and very tasty compared to the ones made overseas. And probably going to be adding in some cheap, great value type of corned beef just to kind of like add more to the dish. Anyways, let's get cooking. We're going to start off by heating our wok to medium-high heat. As you notice, I'm using a different kind of wok, different from the one I usually use. This is actually the one from the Philippines that was brought back. It's a more traditional type of wok that they use there. Alright, once our wok is hot, let's reduce it to medium-high heat because we don't want to burn the garlic. Add some oil. Then we're going to add in our garlic. If you're not happy with using garlic skin, you can remove it, but the thing is, you might want to reduce the heat because it's going to burn the garlic. Also, the skin adds some strong garlic essence, so it really helps. Reduce the heat to medium. What we want is kind of like infuse the oil with the garlic. We don't want to like burn it. I keep forgetting this is metal. I keep holding on the handle. End up burning myself. Once our garlic is slowly turning brown, we're going to add in our day-old rice. This is not actually that old because it's still sticky, because I just made this last night. Usually when it's day-old, it's kind of like crumbly, dry, not moist. But this is what I got right now, so I'll just use this. So it's always best using day-old rice when you're making fried rice. So try to break down the rice as much as you can. If you're using a day-old rice, it's not going to be this hard because usually they just fall apart. So we're going to season with a little salt and pepper. As for me, this is as good as a simple garlic fried rice in the Philippines. You can also add in some MSG if you're into that, or magic strap, which is some kind of a MSG seasoning. But I'm gonna leave it just like this, simple. This can be also like a base where you can add in other ingredients you choose. You can add in soy sauce, eggs, bacon bits, anything you want to add to a fried rice. But as far as garlic fried rice, I just prefer it really simple like this. So I'm just continuing doing this until it's kind of nice and toasty. Should not take long. Let's check on our fried rice. There it goes. Slowly getting toasty, and the thing is, it's starting to break down that rice. It's not sticking together as much. So this is pretty much done. I'm just going to turn off the heat. Again, when you're eating this, I know there's like garlic skins on it, but when you eat it, all you gotta do is just peel it off before eating it. For those that's finicky, but I think it does help a lot, because what it does is it protects the garlic from burning, and also at the same time it adds more garlic essence to that rice. All right, let's set this aside and let's start making our corned beef next. For our corned beef, we're gonna start off by pan frying our our potatoes. So let's just add a little oil. We set our heat to medium high. There you go, oil so it doesn't stick. Again, always put your potato underwater once you peel and chop them, because if you don't, it's gonna discolor because of the oxidation. It's gonna start turning brown. So we'll just cook this for a while until it's kinda golden brown. You can also just add in a little pinch of salt, not too much because the corned beef is actually salty, so you don't want the dish to be too salty. And add in a little pepper. That's just to put a little flavor into the potatoes. So at this point, this potato should be good. Transfer it to a bowl or a plate. Now on the same pan, we're going to be sauteing our onion and garlic. So add in, let's set our heat to medium again. Add in a little oil. Add in the garlic. Now we're going to add in our onion. Alright, once they're translucent, we can add in the corned beef. I'm gonna start off with this great value one. Not bad actually. I'm expecting a whole lot more fat since it's cheap. So that's good. Next, we're going to be adding in our Martin brand one. See, it's a little moist compared to the American one. But the thing is, if you buy this in the Philippines, I bet it's going to be a lot more moist. I don't know if they use more fat or something when they package it. And there's a lot of fat. So as you can see, it's not really a very healthy dish. Kind of like similar to American corned beef hash. So let's just start breaking them down. I usually make so many different variables of this. The one I like is I make a little sauce, like I add in some water so it has a little sauce. Because usually this is dry. So when I make it moist, I add a little water and then I add in some Napa cabbage. It has a very nice contrast, and also I added a tomato with that. Maybe one day I'll make one for you guys. Oh, that's one thing I like about the Martin. They have tendons. You know what? Let's turn our heat to medium high. So what you need to do here constantly is to stir it so it cooks evenly. Make sure you flip it around, cook the top side. You notice I like to mash it because I want to get as much of that pan's surface as possible so that it cooks quicker. I've even heard of from some people that they actually use this corned beef in a spaghetti recipe. I haven't tried that yet, and maybe I should try that one day. Okay, one last toss, and then we're gonna add in our potato. All right, I'm gonna add in our potato back in. Since it's already cooked, you don't have to cook it longer. So just toss everything around. So pretty much if you notice, it's exactly like an American hash. See, that's what happens if you don't stir them around much. They start to stick. And this is a non-stick pan. So this is good. Not many seasonings needed because the corned beef is actually salty, so you just add in probably pepper. Other than that, this is good. Let's turn off our heat and set this aside. So right now we finished our garlic fried rice, our corned beef. For some, that may be enough. But I'm gonna venture down to the more stinky part of the breakfast, which is the dried fish and the dried squid. Okay, I'll be back. I just need to tend to the turtle. It's hard to cook and tend to this little one at the same time. So he's getting his morning soak. Now I gotta prep his food before putting him back in the cage. So here's our little guy back in his cage, about to eat his food. I'm not even done cooking yet. All right, let's get back to the kitchen. Now we're gonna be making our eggs. You can add in a little oil or butter. I prefer my eggs over easy, so I'll be flipping this in a while. And that shouldn't take long. I just want to fully cook the top part. And remove our eggs. So our eggs are done. Next will be the fish. So in the same pan, we just added some oil because we're going to be frying the fish and the squid. And we're going to have to turn on our blower here. Alright, so we start putting in, as you put the squid in, they're going to start to curl. It doesn't matter, see, like that. We're going to reduce our heat to medium-low so we don't burn the squid. And most people cook this like close to well done, so it's nice and crunchy. I prefer on the chewy side, so I don't really cook it too long. It's kind of like a flash fry, you know, just real quick. And be careful if you're cooking this, because it's like shooting hot oil at you. So we're going to need some paper towel as a liner to absorb that oil. And start pulling them off. See, for me, I don't take long. I just kind of like a quick fry because I like it chewy. I know a majority of the Filipinos prefer it crunchy. So just place them in a paper towel so it'll absorb the oil. Just like that, and continue until you use up all the squid that you want to eat. Jim, if your dogs are barking, it's probably they smell this thing. Jim is my good neighbor. Very cool guy. So this should not take long. Also, when I bought this in the Philippines, I don't buy it from the market. I buy it from a specific vendor where they vacuum seal it. So you know it's clean. It costs a little more, but I think it's well worth it. All right, that's our squid. My wife doesn't really like the squid, so I just cooked in a few for myself. I'll be nibbling on this all throughout the day or the week. So now it's the fish. I don't know what type, herring? No, I don't know what, but it's a dried fish. Right, we're gonna start flipping it, and we're starting to get some smoke. I just hope it doesn't set off the alarm. And just like that, our breakfast is done. So we have eggs. So we have eggs, squid, fish, garlic fried rice, and some corned beef. So if you see this video online, that means I was able to transfer the files. Other than that, this is pretty much just like a trial run, see if it works. And no, we don't eat this kind of meal every day, probably just once a month. Anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. So today we're going to try out our new camera, see how it works. So this is the ZV-E10 by Sony. So far it's very sharp, very good. I'm just having issues transferring files to the MacBook, so we'll see how it goes. So this morning we're going to be making some Filipino breakfast. We have some dried fish and dried squid called tuyo and puset. I'm going to be making some garlic fried rice, and as you see, I leave the skin on so you get that strong garlic essence when you make the fried rice. The onion and the garlic, I'm going to be making corned beef. So there's a whole ton of corned beefs out there. This pure food one is still fresh. It's the one I bought from the Philippines. We brought back like about 20 or so of them. So this is the last one left. So I'm gonna be probably using or saving that for down the road, and I'm gonna be using the cheap versions, like the Great Value or the Martin below. It's very different. There's a big difference when you're using the ones from the Philippines. It's more tasty and more moist. So can't wait for the next time we go back. Bring a whole suitcase back of these. So let's see how this video works. If you see it online, that means I was able to transfer the files.